Hello Libra, and welcome to your Astroflower bonus reading. This is going to be a clarification on the weekly reading of the 13th to the 20th. It is linked in the comments below, so you'll be able to go and see that and see what the message is there. We're going to be clarifying according to the solar activity and how that is affecting the elements and qualities within your sign, and therefore affecting the cards that we pulled over the weekend. And see if there's what's coming up by the for the second part of this week, and according to how the nuances of the cards play out in front of us. So the solar activity that was going on created in the water elements. It made the water elements it flattened the water elements. We did a complete update or energy update on Cymatic TV, which is also linked in the description below. And we go into how it affects your chakras and your aura and what the vibration is coming from the earth. So, as I said, this week it seems to be affecting, and the sun is still kicking off. So it seems to be affecting the water, which is making the water very sort of flat. So it's less emotional peaks. And with less emotional peaks, you shouldn't be so emotionally triggered within you. But if you are triggered emotionally, it's going to turn to steam straight away. So I would avoid getting into emotional conflicts at this present time. You don't have a great deal of water within the center of your sign because you are a pure air sign and you do have a lot of air. So this is going to be a good moment for you. We'll be coming to that in a minute. But you also do have quite a bit of earth running through your center, and this is what makes you very logical in your mental thinking. So that earth element has been much more sort of compact, a bit more sort of solid, which is a good thing if once you're trying to construct things. And this could be really good for you in a way, Libra, if you're trying to manifest things, in a certain extent. But it needs to be backed with a little bit more sort of fire, I think, which unfortunately you don't have. And this is the element that's been getting the best out of these vibrations, I think. It's been making a very childlike, bubbly passion within the vibrations. And then you have the air signs, so which you are, and you have a lot of air because you are pure air. It makes that mental side very clear, very logical, and very quick, very clean sort of thinking, as it were. That can become tiring after a bit of time. So from Friday, I would say just beware of just going overboard, which you can do sometimes. Once that brain starts kicking in, it's so quick generally that you'll get too far ahead of the wave. If you're surfing, you've got to get down to the base of the wave and pull back up to it so you can use its power again. That's why surfers do like the wave. They keep going up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah. So this is a similar sort of thing. You have to have those moments of relaxation, and it didn't bode well within your cards. So let's have a look at your cards from the weeklies. Here is the cards, and here is also the elements. So once you've clicked the subscribe button and the bell, you'll get more notifications on all of this sort of stuff to do with the Astroflower. We're mainly looking at that central petal, which is the petal 6, which has the 5 of cups, and the petal 10, which is just above it, which has got the Magician. As you can see within that petal, you have 2 parts earth, 1 part water and 1 part air. So this is where that disappointment is coming from. You may be trying to manifest things, but because you've got that crossing of that water and that earth above you, it may not feel very stimulating to you. And that's what might be the disappointment that you felt that you've invested in life, and yeah, you're getting returns and stuff like that. But it doesn't seem to be the returns that you put out there in the first place. And it could have been the fact that you've been affected a little bit certainly from the material side of life, from the physical side with that Tower and that Seven of Swords. So as I remember rightly, it was a case of playing smart. Now, on that Seven of Swords, which is the base of the Five of Cups, you've got the fixed air and fixed earth. So it's that fixed air that's going to be playing a lot more stronger to it. So this is where you can play smart to avoid that Tower moment being too destructive or too invasive into your life, because that Tower is sitting on 2 parts air, 1 part fire, 1 part earth. So that's pretty good. It makes it certainly for a vibrant and a very bubbly sensation, and that is what is the universe is trying to encourage just below you with that Judgment card. So you're liberating yourself to move into the page of Pentacles, which is just above it, which you have that crossing point of fire and air on the outside between the Tower and the page of Pentacles on the left hand side. So that transition seems to have been eased. That Tower moment seems to have been not negated, but certainly restricted. So that may give you, a little bit ease. Play's going to play a lot easier on the Seven of Swords in Petal 3. In Petal 2, which is where I was saying sometimes, life might be, in order to progress in life, it sometimes brings heartache, and it is part of the learning process. And I was saying to you, it's a bit of a leap of faith that you've got to stay strong to yourself. And if you do, within that manifestation of the Two of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, just next to the Magician, yeah, you may have been disappointed in the past, but I think the future does look very rosy, because you have that similar sort of air-fire combination that is going on between the Strength card and the Two of Cups. So believe in your path, and you have that cardinal air at the base, which is trying to give flight to yourself. And it may be a case that if there was a card that I could pull that would do an overall reading on it, it might be the Eight of Cups, that you need to walk away from something that may not be serving you any good anymore. And it can be a bit heart-wrenching at the moment. So the passion that comes across, that goes between the Tower and the Page of Pentacles, and the Strength and the Queen and the Two of Cups on the other side, that's where you're going to find a little bit more that bubbly aspect of kind of that view of what is coming down the road for you, what is coming up in the near future. And you might be feeling that under the surface, and that probably, I would look ahead of you rather than looking in your past. Okay, so there you go, Libra. I hope that's sort of helped you to understand that it's a living thing, the Astroflower, and it changes on a daily basis. We pull these tarot cards, because there is validity in it, and it's fun. It's very interesting, and you learn a lot more about life when you do things that are fun and interesting. And this is more the case for you at the moment, I think. You're looking for things to probably be a lot more concrete than they actually are at the moment. Things might be still a little bit in the air, which for an air sign sounds good, but there's far too much earth. All that earth is running right through the center of you, especially with that pure earth, the mutable earth of Virgo that runs right through from sort of petal 10 right down to petal 2. And it's, it might be that concrete bit, it might be a little bit hard to deal with. So trust that bubbly passion for the future. Okay, Libra? So once you've subscribed and clicked that bell, I will see you over on Cymatic TV for your energy updates. In the meantime, Libra, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.